No, you were not the leader. You were just a big boy. Easy. Maximum shell ammo increase. Looks like to max, too. Can you imagine if games nowadays that didn't have yellow paint to help you would be so lost? I mean, even in the original Doom that came out in the 90s, you know what you would do if you got stuck? You would look at the map, and you would look for the little gray areas you hadn't been, and you'd be like, oh, there's another path back there. Right? So, I mean, like, we had our ways. We might not have had the yellow paint, but we had our ways. We had our gimmicks. We found a toy. Alright.
Acquired. One remaining.
The time of the set.
Is this game worth its price tag? How much is it? I'm afraid to tab out because of the technical issue we had earlier, chat. Can anyone else tell me how much this game is?
Shin is now. No longer shall we be shackled to a dying cosmos.
It's $70. This is a fun game. I am enjoying it. I'm playing it on Game Pass. I think $70 is pretty steep. Like, call me old-fashioned, but if I pay $70 for a game, it better, like, make me dinner. That is a steep price tag. I am having a lot of fun playing this. I would say if you want to play this, get it on Game Pass. Because it's included with Game Pass right now. Oh my god, die! Holy cow! That was so many of the big shotgun shots. Low ammo. We need to swap to something else for a bit. Let's see what's up here. Personally, after beating it, I do not think it's nearly as good as the 2016s, and the music not as good either. Definitely Game Pass only game. It's, oh wow, that's really cool. It's been okay, first of all, 2016 was less like you're a god amongst men and more horror, right? And I didn't like that. I didn't want to play a horror game. I wanted to play Doom. So I didn't hate the 2016 one, but by God, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite above any of the others. So there's a BFG arrow there, but I'm holding maximum right now. What's at the pool? We like you playing horror games, though. Yeah, I did. I remember it took me so long to beat that game because I kept having friggin' fear issues. I'm not moving down, am I? I see big tentacles, though. Hey, can I get hugs? This is a weird room. Okay, yeah, so there's like an invisible wall right there. Oh. Okay. Alright, hold on. Oh, that's not disorienting at all. Okay. I get it. Oh my gosh, this guy. No, dude. Those floaty things are... Alright, first of all, this weapon, not cutting it versus those. Second of all, those remain the most annoying mob. Oh god. How far back did it reload me? Did it remember I had already done the secret thing? Yeah, I think it did. Yikes. Of course it's not cutting it. You haven't put points in it to upgrade it. This thing? Yeah, I have. We just spent a ton on it, just like a few minutes ago. You're just making things up. All right. You know what? Go away. Wait, is that invulnerable right? That? Oh, I don't know what that thing is. Let's see. Let me pause for a sec. Nico says, here's the thing I don't get about the complaints over game prices rising. The $60 industry standard for AAA games has been there for like over 2 decades. Since COVID, basically all prices were inflated by something like 20 to 30%. Yeah, rising prices suck, but people act like rising prices for games is pure developer greed, rather than the obvious and expected result of universal mass inflation. Either game prices rise along with everything else, or game quality drops off a cliff. There's one important thing that I think you're leaving out of your estimations, is that also over the past 2 decades, they went to virtual releases, and they no longer had to do distribution of physical copies. So the amount of money they save by not having to burn their games onto DVD and do instruction books and, you know, box them and ship them out to Best Buy and Walmart and stuff like that, they now when they make a product, they just make new keys for it infinitely. You know, they don't have a stock. They make an infinite amount of stock as needed. So, if anything, the prices should have dropped dramatically when they started selling games virtually, but they didn't. They didn't do that. They stayed the same or went up. So that is very much part of the equation. And also, there is people in different parts of the world. Dude, $70 is steep for me, and I do games for a living. You know, you talk about someone that lives in, I don't know, like Venezuela or Brazil or something like that, where it's just a different economy. Like, if they don't have regional pricing turned on, like, people there will never be able to afford the game. Leader shield disabled. Oh. Oh, God, what? I like how it just leaped in the air to kick that guy. Amazing legs. There he is. I was wondering where he went. Ah, my block wasn't up. There we go. Okay. Let's see. AAA development is obscenely bloated and overstaffed. Customers shouldn't be having to foot the bill for corporate waste. Again, people, everything's more expensive now, not just games. It means people can even less afford those games. That has been the argument. Prices should have dropped when all went digital. I think as Smoke says, prices should have dropped considerably when they switched to digital, but they didn't. Also, I guarantee you when GTA 6 comes out for like $100, it's going to raise the standard price again. All it takes in one game to raise the standard again and create a new precedent. Gaming is still one of the cheapest forms of entertainment possible by hourly rates. The ceiling price / game has already been artificially kept low through the digital release of DLC stuff. When the cost of living rises 30% across the board, that includes games too. I know, but I mean, yeah, everything has gotten more expensive. Agree with you on that. I don't agree that I'm willing to pay. Like, what I'm saying is, like, the cost of something is basically, are people willing to pay it? Right now, World of Warcraft is proving that people are willing to pay $90 for a gem store mount. You know? So, you know, that's people saying, that's gamers basically uniting and saying, yes, we will pay for microtransactions, thank you. So for me, I am having fun with this, and I'm glad they put it on Game Pass, because otherwise I would not have dropped $70 on it. Again, I'm enjoying the game. In my opinion, this feels like a very enjoyable $40 to $50 game, so I think it's a bit overpriced. Like, this is not a game that I'm going to get hundreds and hundreds of hours of entertainment out of. It is a fun game I'm going to play through once.
Both relics acquired. Proceed to the central lift.
WoW is selling what? WoW has a $90 mount in their store, and so many people have bought it that the economy in-game is running out of WoW tokens. So, like, so many people are willing to pay for the $90 mount. They're running out of WoW tokens in the in-game economy. So it just proves that no matter what people say, okay, so there's 2 more of those statues to find. No matter what gamers say, you know, the whole thing is talk with your wallet, and by God they have. And they said, we're willing. Oh wait, the lit up ones were the ones I haven't found. Okay, so now there's 2 more to find. What does that mean, WoW tokens? Okay, so in World of Warcraft, you can, let's say it's $15 a month to play, right? I'm going to try to keep this super simple. So each month you pay Blizzard $15, you're allowed to play World of Warcraft. You can also pay $15 and get a WoW token, and then sell that token in-game on the store to someone for in-game gold. Then they pay for it with gold. They can then consume the token for game time, or adding $15 to their WoW account. So they traded in-game gold for money to be used on the Blizzard store. You traded real-life money for in-game gold. It's basically, they made gold selling legal in-game so that no one else, so that they no longer had a problem with gold sellers. They made a way to do gold selling in-game so that they no longer had a problem with gold selling, companies. Anyway, there's a limited amount of WoW tokens on the in-game economy because of the, for every token on the store, someone spent money on that token. However, there's so many people trading gold for tokens right now because they want the $90 mount. The store's running out of tokens right now unless more whales buy some. Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta stand on that and then throw. I see. Let's see. Hamza adds, Mucka recently noticed that much platforms like Steam and Epic Games are adapting prices according to regions. For me, Expedition 33 is a price tag of $35, for example, rather than $59. Yeah, I think for me, Expedition 33 was 49 USD. I think it was 50 total. But yeah, that's awesome. Expedition 33 did regional pricing, which is awesome, because that gives people in other regions a chance to play it. And many but not all companies do that. Are we leaving out the fact that quality has dropped? Revenue streams have expanded tenfold. Executive compensation has taken the lion's share of profits over reasonable profit allocation. I think saying that quality has dropped in gaming, it should be a case-by-case basis. Let me give you some examples. Okay, in the last 10 years, I believe in the statement that Blizzard's quality has dropped. Okay? What are the last games they released? Overwatch 2, where they effed over Overwatch 1. They released Warcraft 3 Refunded, where they broke Warcraft 3. They released Diablo 2 Remastered, where they re-released Diablo 2. They released WoW Vanilla, where they re-released WoW Classic. They released WoW Burning Crusade, where they re-released Burning Crusade. Essentially, other than Overwatch 2, which they shot themselves in the leg, all the other games they released were re-releases of games that were made by the people that used to work there. Like, in my opinion, Blizzard, definitely, their quality has dropped. Starfield was a huge disappointment from was it Bethesda? So I was very disappointed by that. However, on the other hand, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. If you compare that to KCD1, by God, they learned a lot and they made vast improvements. We just played Split Fiction. Their last game was It Takes Two. They clearly learned a lot and improved. It was a fantastic game. That was a joy to play. What else? Yeah, we just did Expedition 33, which is taking the world by storm. Baldur's Gate 3 was a game that was made by the people who made Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin 1. I played DOS 1 and then 2 and then Baldur's Gate 3, and by God, I could see the developers going, oh, this is good, let's improve upon that. Ah, this is bad, let's throw that out. Like, you could see them learning. Like, they did better. So I think saying that quality has gotten worse is definitely a case-by-case basis, because I think for some companies, I agree with you. For others, I don't think that's true. Did it just freaking teleport me as I was about to pick up treasure? You punk. It was a trap. How do I... Hold on, where is it? No? Is it the other way? Woo! It's a trap! Okay, that's not trippy at all. Alright. That's pretty neat. Okay, so the floor is a portal that loops into the ceiling. Okay, so now we jump on this and fall through the ceiling again. And now we can jump over there and grab that. Crazy. That was pretty crazy. That was neat, though. It is a case-by-case basis by company, though. All the top studios fell off a cliff. The indie market share has grown exponentially while AAA has went down. I think there are some outliers, but I do think your statement is correct. Like, a lot of the big kings of entertainment when we were younger, assuming we're all around the same age. Oh, I found a toy. He's cute. Definitely have had issues. Definitely have had issues. But on the other hand, you know some companies that I currently truly believe in? Larian, Owlcat Studios. They, like, from my perspective, among games I love, they have just been putting out banger after banger after banger. Like, we just found out the other day Owlcat's making another Warhammer game. I bet I'm gonna love it. I bet I will love it, because I loved Pathfinder Kingmaker, I loved Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I loved Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I will probably like the next thing that they make. If they just keep doing what they're doing. Now, I mean, they might even improve, but if they just keep doing what they're doing, I'm probably gonna enjoy that thing. I think I've gone in a circle. What do we got here? Let's see. Mace thing. Demons killed with the Dread Mace drop additional health. Dread Mace strikes deal additional damage to nearby demons. Successfully parrying a Hell Surge attack when the Dread Mace is charged will grant you an additional Dread Mace attack. This bonus swing is available for a limited time. This effect cannot be triggered again for a short duration. I'll try that out. I'll see how that feels. I hope there's like a notification for when you've got the free attack. I really was excited about Dragon Age Veilguard, and I was very disappointed. You know what? I was too. Any of the people who've been here for a couple years will remember that we did a full playthrough of the entire Dragon Age franchise. Origins, all its DLCs, DA2, DA Inquisition and its DLC, and then Veilguard came out and we played it and we were like... And you know, because we had just freshly played the others, we were like, holy crap. Honestly, I think it's pretty funny that so many people are trying Oblivion lately because of the remaster, right? Because there's a whole generation of gamers that played Skyrim, and Skyrim was a good game. It was good, but it was a step down. But it was good. It was good. So like, there's a whole generation that only played Skyrim, and then they're playing Oblivion, and they're like, what the hell? This is so good. And it's like, wait till you try Morrowind. You know, it's like for every version of Elder Scrolls, they removed more features to appeal to a larger audience. And it worked. It worked great for them. Hell, they resold Skyrim for like 15 years. I guess Cyberpunk sequel is in production. Oh my god, that's so cool. Cyberpunk won me over last year. Let's see. I just watched the Guild Wars 2 backpack video. I thought the backpack was from the Lowland Shore Mastery Achievement, not Miss Burns, unless there's 2 backpacks. Mistburned Baron's Mastery gives a orange backpack that is I don't know that it's the precursor, but it is used in the creation of the new Leggy backpack, we're pretty sure. Legit, Veilguard will probably kill Dragon Age of Bioware. Well, to quote Co-Carnage, hopefully they will learn from the mistakes of Veilguard, and they will apply their new knowledge to that new Mass Effect project they're working on. Now, I am currently not a fan of Mass Effect, okay? So I'm not invested in that. But I don't wish for the company to die. So I also hope that they're like, wow, we messed up with Veilguard. Okay, you guys, you can't be in charge of writing anymore. Sorry. Get these other people in here to work on the Mass Effect project. Blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever they need to do. I hope they figure it out. Okay, elevator. Too much reading in Morrowind for new gamers. So you're saying I should recommend them Disco Elysium to just kind of get them warmed up? What does this thing do? Okay, ooh, though. Okay. We made the key. Huge generalization. Of course, the new gen of gamers put so much weight in voice actors and would rather have someone speak to them. Yeah, maybe. You might be right. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 was, like, there are other games that are classic RPGs that have stories that rival Baldur's Gate 3, but Baldur's Gate 3 had sexy elf vampires talk to you rather than you have to read it, right? So that, you know, that appealed to a larger audience. They were like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I do like turn-based games. I didn't know. Oh, you just didn't see a turn-based game where you could seduce a bear before. I also prefer more voice acting, like Guild Wars 2 and SWTOR having almost everything voice acting makes it hard to play MMOs. I'll say I have no problem reading most of the time if I am playing on my own. As a streamer, I appreciate voice acting because when we would play like Pathfinder or Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, dude, my voice would be shot. Oh, Disco Elysium too. Dude, my voice was shot after I'd be like going to bed that night. It was rough.